So I need to pull up my jokes too. The order that we're gonna be going in is Jay, Forte, Death, Risen, and then Amber. Last but not least, we're here today to celebrate our Queen Warlord. Like Gray said earlier, um, Amber's done literally so much for this server, so we wanted to just we're here to roast the shit out of her. Um, and we couldn't have done it without everybody putting in their work and just putting in the time to come up with funny jokes. Um, I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad this is happening. Um, and Jay's here. I love that. Jay, your introduction has more words in it than all of your important messages in the server. Okay, everyone, Jay is here. Jay, oh wait, no, I'm gonna keep going. Forte's here. Forte has a weird relationship with kids. He absolutely refuses to play games with them, especially if it's for SFT. But he loves them unconditionally, as if they are his own kids. Kind of weird, but it could be worse. He could be somebody who beats his kids like Chrissy does. And Death, I'm really glad Death could make it. Death is here, and admittedly, Death is pretty cute. But sadly, all that cuteness can't save you from being the worst Tristana player I know. And Risen, I'm actually glad you're here. I'm glad everybody's here. Risen is truthfully one of the best Smash players I know. He stands among the greats, like Ethan, Cole, Aaron, James. Wait. Oh, sorry. That's my other friend group. Yeah, never mind. And last but not least, we have Amber. Amber is the definition of a weeb. She watches anime, she has a husbando, she owns a body pillow, she's learning to speak Japanese, wants to go to Japan, and worst of all, she plays Genshin Impact. And spends money on it.
Oh my god.
Our first roaster today is gonna be Jay. Jay, come up to the stand. You can start.
See, let's start with Forte, alright? Cause you know what's crazy? I've never met someone more bipolar than Forte. He wants to play games with me and yells at me all about it, but never wants to play when I ask him. It's fucking crazy. And then he says that he hates me and wants to leave the server, but he's the most active one here. Make it make sense, man. And then we got Death. Man is the only person who can actually make me question my own sanity. I've never understood how the worst player out of 3 friend groups can have such a big ego. Fake it till you make it, I guess. Amber. Oh, Amber. If I got $1 for every time that Amber said she was gonna get back into a game that's not Overwatch, I'd be rich by now. It's crazy to think that for all the small amount of times that I've spoken to your grandma, she already loves me more than you, Amber. Let me in that tree already. But, come on, man. I love Chafe, but it's kind of crazy when you think about it. That man Loki looks like Pennywise. Risen, it would suck. It would really suck to have to roast my own son. Good thing I don't, because you're adopted. I found your ass in a zoo exhibit. That was it for me.
Wow. Thank you, Jay. That was amazing. I don't know if you guys know this about Jay, but Jay is 30% black, 50% stupid, and has 0% success rate with women. And I actually had a really hard time coming up with roast for Jay. I couldn't decide between the me fucking your mom or that you play League of Legends. And then I remembered you're Canadian, and that's kind of enough on its own. The home of Justin Bieber. Take him back. He's been here too long, like spoiled milk.
No shot.
So Jay's 18 now. Welcome to the world of the adults. Welcome to the taxes, the bills, the rent, getting a job, and now if you sleep with anybody younger than you, you're going to prison. And for our next roaster, we're going to have Forte. Forte, can you come up to the stand?
Alright. Well, what can I say about my son, Jay? Jay's like a dog. You see him in pictures, and you think, he's so nice. Then you actually meet him and you realize he never stops barking. He's always chasing bitches, and he hates going to the net. Despite all of that, Jay, you're meh.
Nah.
Death. I can't believe you exist today. I really didn't plan on being here. I'm gonna have to wing your roast because I never thought I'd see you again.
I thought the rest of himself.
I've never met anyone else with a god complex as bad as Death. The only issue is I don't know if he's trying to be God or a dad because he's gone so much it's like he doesn't exist. Rizen's my grandson. You know everybody loves Rizen. And I find that insane. I've never met anyone that's as much of a psychopath as Rizen. The dude is constantly talking about killing orphans, and he's gotten us all laughing it off like it's normal. Rizen's a damn lunatic, and he's tricked us all into loving him.
Wait, it's not normal? What?
No, you need help. Let's talk about the host of the roast, Chafe. You know, Chafe, working with you is awful. But I do feel now you've really mastered communication, specifically with women. I've seen your solution when you get in an argument. Clearly, all men have to do is give up after stating your point.
Wow.
I didn't know what the punchline was.
That's great. You know, Forte really resonates with characters like Shadow the Hedgehog and Bass and Forte.exe for Mega Man. Really dark and emo characters. The only thing edgier is Jay, who's been awake for 32 hours.
Why am I still here?
And you know,
What did I do?
Forte really loves music. Sometimes he'll just be vibing to music in his VC, and you know who else loves music? Michael Jackson. R. Kelly. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
That is crazy.
Hey, I just said you're good at communication. Stop cutting me off. I still have to roast Amber.
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
You know, you thought you were getting away? You all know Amber.
no.
Like Chase said, Amber's a certified weeb. But yet, we've never seen any cosplay pictures before. She's got a ton of options to cosplay, like the Iron Giant, Andre the Giant, or even the Colossal Titan.
Oh,
Now, Amber will say it's because she never cosplayed a lot, and cosplay is expensive. But I'm here to tell you all the truth. Do you know Amber was on the basketball team in high school? I'm convinced she doesn't cosplay now because she's exhausted from doing her Shaq cosplay every day in high school. And you know, I've known Amber for a long time. Gotten to know Amber a lot over 4 years. I've been trapped in this server the whole time. I gotta say, I used to think Amber embodies the word contradiction. She's super smart, but has the dumbest moments I've ever seen. I've seen kindergartners smarter than dumb Amber. I thought Amber was frugal. Then I saw how much money she spent on Genshin of all things. I thought Amber was nice before. Then I learned how easily she will leave someone to die. Just say the word spider and you're already dead. All in all, after 4 years, I've come to realize the truth. Amber isn't a contradiction at all. She's a fucking liar. She told me she wasn't an Oreo, but she's the whitest person I've ever met.
wow. Man's really said Colossal Titan. I mean, that is crazy. Give it up again for Forte. That was great. Yeah. And Death is gonna be our next roaster. And you know, in our D&D campaigns, Death and Champagne are usually the ones who want to be gods or be immortal as their characters. And I mean, one of them radiates godlike aura, and they show mercy and compassion, showing that they could rule over minions and slaves with an iron will. And the other one plays League of Legends. I'm gonna welcome Death to the mic.
All right. Okay, so I'll start with Chief. So about that Tristana joke you made earlier, I thought it was pretty funny. But I would really like to agree with you. But then that would make us both.
What?
Is he cutting out for y'all too?
Yeah.
I thought he was just quiet.
You can keep going.
Also, mirrors can't talk, but luckily for you, they can't laugh either.
What the fuck?
'Cause all my jokes are terrible.
I was gonna say that shit is us.
They forced me to do this. All right, so my next one is for Jay.
Like, get off me.
One day you're gonna go far, and for my sake, I hope you stay there. You know what the best part about being your friend is, Jay? Is that not having to see you all the time.
Hmm.
Next is Risen.
What's up?
Risen, I haven't really spoken to you in a long time. But if I had $1 for every time you said something smart, I would be broke.
Oh my
Also, I just wanted to let everybody know that you should be arrested for the Smash characters that you play.
What have I talking about?
Bro, leave my Pichu alone.
Wow. Death, is that it?
No, next is Forte.
Fucking day.
For Forte, I'm just glad to see that your education doesn't get in the way of your ignorance.
God damn.
Also, I was gonna try and make a joke of Inaros, but Nidus beat me to it.
Oh my god. I don't even get it.
Oh wow.
I should have wrote another one for Death.
Lastly, it's Amber. Do you know the biggest reason I love having you around? Is so
No.
that I can have someone to reach the top shelf.
Tall.
If there was a first place trophy for last place, you will have a trophy closet. And I was gonna stop at 2, but the third one came to me, and it's if you ever beat me in a game, it's because I let you.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He said you was ass.
Wow.
Next up.
All right. Risen is going to be our next roaster, and this is more of a me thing, but I am a huge procrastinator. It was only that when I was leaving work and I was dumping the mop bucket and I smelled something super horrid. It made me nauseous. That's when I remembered, oh shit, I forgot Risen's on the roast now. I have like 18 hours or so to come up with some jokes. And it wasn't until I woke up today with a dreadful fever that I wrote all of these jokes for you. Which leads me to believe the only time I think of Risen is when I'm about to throw up.
Oh.
But I love you, Risen. I want to welcome you to the stand.
Thank you, and fuck you. So firstly, I want to start with my dad, JJ. You know, JJ, when you're a good father and all, but when I heard you were a league player, I just cannot see you as a good father figure anymore. If I see you IRL, I would spit at you and run away. Like, I don't even want to see your face anymore. Chafe, we both play Smash, we get that. But you post your Smash clips on your YouTube, bro. You got a bigger head than Reese. Oh my god. Are you doing a Mega Man cosplay? Next up, Amber. You're like 6 foot and you like whips. But I've never seen anyone more scared of spiders than you. Hey, strong and independent, right? And lastly, Death. We don't talk that much. I don't know you that well. But you being a league player is all I need to know about you.
True.
I rest my case.
That's good. That's good. All right. Lastly, we're at the end of the line. The woman of the hour, Amber. One thing that I truly love about Amber is she's so warm and compassionate. She wants to start a homeless shelter for at-risk youth. Great. Then she can have even more kids in her DMs.
Best joke of the night.
Back when Amber was first learning Smash, when Risen and I were teaching her, she was really bad. And now she's at least 3 times better. I've trained a lot of people, at least 12, 13, but not a single one, when thrown off the stage, goes, ah! 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 And Amber has a way with words. She persuaded me to download Genshin Impact. Now, if only she could use use and channel that same energy into telling her simps no and to go away. And Amber, you say you can beat me in Just Dance, but I'm surprised you can remember all the moves and still have all that coordination at your age.
Oh shit!
And lastly, Amber and I are alike in a lot of ways. We are both gamers. We like anime, and we both have men in our lives suddenly vanish.
Oh.
Welcome to the mic,
Oh.
the woman of the hour, Amber.
Wow, thank you for that. I definitely have way more roasts for everyone than you guys did for me, so I'm sorry. I guess you should have probably already expected it since I already write enough.
Alright, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go.
Alright, so I will start with Death. You call yourself... Oh, well, first, before I start, I love all of you. I'm just going to preface that first.
Oh my god.
Before I go
You
into
ruined
these
it.
roasts.
You
So-
ruined it.
Gross.
Death. You call yourself Kami, but what kind of god is never there when you need them? I will say it's great to know I'll always have my own personal bodyguard, but that'll require you to actually be present. How is it Dad calls you the big bro and that you need to protect your sisters, but we're still making your plates?
That was good.
Dad always bought you games first with the excuse guys are better at gaming. So how's that gaming career going now?
Oh,
Hey.
Yo, that hit all of us. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt that one.
I didn't realize this was a group effort. Like,
Hey bro, you know it's crazy how many people want to play games with me, and yet you avoid me like the plague. I'll take a note out of Jay's book and say, I hate you. Maybe you'll join my games then. That's everything I have. So thank you. Love you, bro. I'm gonna move on to Jay.
Oh,
And Jay, I honestly don't really have that good of a roast for you, but I still have quite a few jokes at least.
oh.
For someone who lives in a country with free health insurance, you're always getting hurt. I was happy when you said you'd be moving to Texas. At least then you'll have experience in not getting any help. You know, you hated being called a child, but you sure acted like one.
that's the roast.
That's just
It's just a short one. I remember there was a time where you called me mom. Dark times, I know. Now I was obviously against that, but I'm actually warming up to the idea of calling you bro. I'm glad you can make Death happy. At least I would hope so, with the amount of time y'all spend together.
We really don't spend that much time together. You're gonna be
That's what you
surprised.
say. That's what you say. But y'all always in DMs with one another and calling.
Fuck
All right. And lastly, Jay, I know you've been looking for a game where you can carry everyone and feel like the GOAT. And now you have. Nah, I'm still praying that day comes soon.
Oh my
No,
god.
no.
Oh,
No,
man,
no.
you fucked
Hold
up
on.
so good.
Hold on.
Holy shit.
No.
That's
I love you,
Nah,
Jay.
that was just lying, Ember.
Gotta
We're
remember
just
that one
lying now,
tomorrow.
Ember.
All right, so on to Risen.
What up?
I'm glad you're open about how much you love Pichu, despite having a closeted furry for a father. We love you, Jay.
Oh, he catches strays.
Suck my dick. What did I do?
It's already dead.
Damn, stop shooting.
Risen, I used to think you were a quiet individual. That is, until we started playing Splatoon and you'd yell to kill the orphans. It must be hard living with Forte and Jay. You gotta let your frustrations out somehow.
Why am I doing?
Nobody's safe.
Well, Amber, who is this about, bro? Who is this about? We still on me?
It's a
Get
Risen.
my name out of your mouth.
Oh. I've never seen someone get so excited about inking another person before in my life. You've taken marking my territory to a whole nother level.
I already know what it is.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. And lastly, Risen, out of all the people that have joined this server over the years, you're one of the very few that Forte doesn't hate. I'd say it's thanks to the divine protection of your grandma, Goddess Shopal, but I'm sure it's that sauce that you have to thank. All right. So I had one for everyone before I go on to Forte and Chase. So this one. You know how you can tell CXB was made by a black owner? Once you go black, you never go back. Either that, or I just happen to just attract a bunch of masochists here. I mean, I've lost track of how many times some of you leave the server and then come to my DMs begging for another invite.
That's for
Yo, I
everybody
feel
watching the
attacked.
stream.
Hold on. I feel attacked.
All right, so Forte.
I don't like where this is going.
So as you know, I have probably the most roast for you, which you should
What?
probably already expect.
Oh,
But
Your brother,
It's with-
though.
it's with love. It's with love. So
The fuck it is.
despite,
Hate your ass right now.
despite
Get
all
started.
despite all of the arguing, we're not that different, you and I. We both give our all for something we love, only to be unappreciated in the end. The time, effort, and commitment you put into your long-term friendship, and me with the Overwatch server, only to be ghosted by one and threatened to be lynched by the other.
Oof.
Either we're both assholes, or you're not that bad after all. I've known
Pretty sure we're
Forte.
both assholes.
Probably. I've known Forte for almost 4 years now. We went from hating each other to begrudgingly calling each other close or best friends to attempting to be each other's wing woman and man. You see how that worked. But never did I think a day would come when I'd call him master. He has D2 to thank for that. I guess now I can see why Jax and all the other Sims felt so threatened by you.
damn, what?
What y'all be talking about in DMs?
Am I missing
Yes,
The server is probably sick. The server is probably sick of the amount of times I've said Forte is the male version of Brie. Their personalities are just too similar. It pains me. Calculating, rude, don't give any fucks. Both tsunderes looking for a woman to love, and having this unrealistic belief that they're always right. But at the end of the day, I have to keep them around. Who else would be the person to tell others to F off if not them?
Oh my god.
You just said
Oh
fuck.
my
Why didn't you say
She said the
anything?
word.
Oh my
She said it.
Say it.
She said the
Oh
word.
my
What do you
God.
mean?
I'm still stuck on the master part. Hold on. Wait, yo.
I'm always right though. Let's get that
Oh
straight.
my
I am
gosh.
always right.
No, unrealistic belief.
But that means you
Okay.
don't gotta play League no more.
You know, whenever I see Forte, Zach, and Blizzard are always
We're still on
nearby.
me.
Yes, I said I had a few for you.
A
They're
few.
like Ed,
few?
Ed, and Eddie. Forte, Ed, obsessed with money. Zach, Double D, the brains, and Blizzard, Eddie, the comical relief.
Why am I the
Yeah, Blizzard, get
I'm
straight.
She called you a dumb one.
What did Blizzard do?
Fucking
No,
idiot.
nobody's safe.
Bro.
Yo, Frizzy fired.
No way.
Why am I the player? What the fuck?
Stagehand, man.
I love you, Blizzard. It was not a
He
shot.
started beating on the land.
It was not a shot at you. Okay. I promise there's only 3 left for you, Forte.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Three.
3?
Bro, she had like 12
I
to
thought
them.
that you guys would have way more, okay? For an introvert, you're pretty darn loud. I never have to fear losing you at the meetup, since I'll be able to hear you from a mile away. Lord forbid if someone tells a joke, your laughter will erupt through the whole room. He's like a chihuahua that won't shut the F up. Every time you try to say something, he just gets louder. It's like you believe the louder you get, the more valid your argument becomes. It's always the small dogs that make the most noise.
Oh my god.
that is crazy, Amber.
This way popped out there. I didn't know when the joke ended. I had no idea when the joke ended.
The only thing drier than my sense of humor is Forte's wallet. You would think for someone so obsessed with the colors purple and gold, he'd find a way to pimp himself out. But instead of a pimp, he became a simp, and we see how that turned out.
Oh, he's already dead.
Oh, nah. Yo, Forte, don't let her talk to you like that, bro.
Says the boy.
If that was me, which it was, but if that was me, I wouldn't let that happen.
Which it was.
And lastly, I would say we stay at each other's throats, but you can't reach mine. You're like the Kevin Hart to my Shaq. Are you gonna use stilts too?
Oh,
I'm
No
already
way.
dead.
No way.
says the boy.
He's already dead.
Love your Forte.
Shooting.
Fuck you.
Yo, Forte, she just went for the whole family, man.
Murdered my bloodline.
Oh, genocide.
All right, and then lastly, Chase. I do have quite a few
Oh.
for you too. You have Forte.
Thank God I'm not
No.
alone.
Oh, so
Yo, he better have 7.
you had 7 Forte. Chase has 6. I'm sorry,
Oh.
I couldn't think of a last
Racism.
one.
Oh,
I had one and then I took it off, but okay. You know, I'm thankful for my husband Chase in the server. He's truly helped me with a lot and been there when I've been stressed with work, server, and life balance. He's a great support
Here it
system
goes.
and a wonderful friend. But I'm even more thankful that he is a good dad to his kids and didn't leave for milk like the other one did. All right.
we both had a Jack
I don't know.
roast.
All right.
Let's hope he's watching this.
So
Most of the people not even in the server.
this has changed now, but I don't know if y'all noticed. But in the past, Chase and I have been getting into a lot of fights. I guess our marriage is a bit rocky now. It's like he's always on his period, pissy about one thing or another. And yeah, he doesn't finish the fights he starts. It's always, I said what I said. Is this what it feels like to be a man? You can go.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, your thing.
She stops, Blizzard.
She got a lot of punchlines in their thing. This is hard.
Yo, Tatsumaki about to get
Okay.
some crazy notifications, bro.
This is true.
You gotta
This is
make
why
that bitch
I said-
rain.
This is why I said I love you guys before I start. All right, anyway.
Yeah, I don't believe
All
it.
right, so I don't know if y'all will get this joke since it is a reference, but I'd call you a pussy, but the pussy is strong. Yo, when you get to talking, I just want to grip your neck. You always showing out like, bitch, hit this catnip, get some rest. And if you don't get that reference, I'm sad.
I can't believe
Wait, what
I'm
did you
so
say?
proud of
Oh
you,
my
Amber.
God.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh my god, you're so stupid. Why did you actually use that?
Alright, so it's crazy how insanely good you are at every game you play.
That's
It's like
right.
a craft how you convince everyone so seamlessly to trust you in games
That's
like
right.
Mafia and Among Us.
Not
Chase says he's an open book, yet proceeds to show how good at acting he is when he turns out to be the killer in the end.
That's just true.
Blizzard?
I don't.
That was true.
I was waiting for that punchline.
I told you about that one.
What did you say, Forte?
I said I told you about that one.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
joke.
I couldn't come in.
I was so confused.
Alright, anyways. 2 more left.
So good.
Yeah, so, you've gotten better recently, but in the past you were like a Sour Patch Kid, with a lot more sour than sweet. Your mood changed faster than the Flash getting dressed.
Oh,
And lastly, you have more pride than Escanor from the 7 Deadly Sins.
That's right.
You have done so much in the server and are well known for it, but you better be careful. I'm pretty sure the amount of complaints about you have started to reach Brid's level. Only difference is you're still on staff.
Oh,
That is everything. Sad. Thank you.
Wow.
I'm sorry if the jokes weren't good enough.
I
Oh,
they were
dude.
great.
You're a few misfires,
I
but
think-
you're
You
accurate.
Nobody's-
You-
What are you
nobody's safe.
doing?
Wow, we don't like kill
Ember,
shots there.
Ember, I
That's
told you
crazy.
before, I am sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I said I love all you guys. Okay.
Can't believe I was Brown just like
What
that and everything.
Yeah, I would not have roasted any of you guys if I didn't have like a genuine connection with you. So I'm glad everybody showed up. Everybody's jokes were funny. Everybody did a great job. Especially Amber. Blizzard, can we give it up for everybody one more time? And I want to thank everybody who watched it, and it's going to be on YouTube. So yeah.
Oh my
hell no.
god, Blizzard.